You know that feeling, right? You have this memory, it's so clear and so important in your head, but the second you try to write it down, it just, I don't know, it goes flat. Well, we're going to fix that today. We're about to open up a writer's toolkit, a set of secret weapons, really, that will help you turn those simple memories into stories that people just can't forget. So let's dive in.
So really, what is it? What's the secret sauce that makes a story unforgettable? You know, the kind that sticks with you for days. It's a fantastic question, and honestly, the answer might not be what you think. It's not always about some crazy plot or a mind-blowing twist. Nope. A lot of the time, the secret is something much simpler.
And here's the big reveal. It's all about the grammar. Now I know, just hearing that word makes you think of boring classes and red ink all over your paper, right? But forget all that stuff. Seriously. We need to start seeing grammar for what it really is, a powerful toolkit. These are the tools that let you bend time, shape your story, and paint these incredible pictures right inside your reader's head.
All right, tool number 1. We're going to start with the big one, controlling time itself. And our time machine? It's verb tense. I'm not kidding. This is how you, the writer, get to be a time traveler. You're the one guiding your reader, jumping back and forth. And once you get the hang of this, you have absolute control over the entire pace and feel of your story.
Okay, so first up in our time travel kit is the past continuous. The best way to think about this is like the opening shot of a movie, you know? The big wide-angle view that shows you what's going on. It's all about setting the scene, describing all the background stuff that was already in progress before the main action starts. This is how you build that atmosphere.
You see that? The sun was shining, I was walking. It totally sets a mood, doesn't it? These things aren't the main event, they're the backdrop. They're the canvas that you're about to paint the story on. You can just feel the day. You can see the whole scene. This is you building the world for your story.
All right, now it's time for the action. If the past continuous is the backdrop, then the simple past is the engine. This is the gear you shift into for the main events. It's for the stuff that happens one after the other, the things that actually push your story forward. It's your classic, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. And just look at this example. Bam, I saw a girl. Bam, I introduced myself. 2 quick, clean actions. Can you feel how that just shoves the story forward? We've gone from this lazy, atmospheric scene to a super specific, critical moment. The story is officially moving now. Okay, but what happens when you need to give a little backstory? You know, something important that happened before your story even started. Well, that's where the past perfect comes in. This is your flashback tool. It's like a little button you can press to jump back in time, give the reader some crucial info, and then pop right back to the main story without confusing anybody.
And believe it or not, the magic here is usually just one little word. Had. She told me she had seen me before. That tiny word, had, is our time machine. It signals to the reader, hey, this thing we're talking about, it happened before the main story. It's so simple, right? But it instantly adds this whole layer of history and depth to the moment. It's awesome.
Okay, so we've got a handle on time, awesome. Now, let's make that world we're building actually come to life. Let's make it pop. Our next tools are all about painting with words, adjectives and adverbs. These are your paintbrushes. They're what you use to turn a black and white sketch into a full-color masterpiece.
I mean, look at this sentence. It was a hot day. Okay, fine. It gets the job done technically. But does it make you feel the heat? Do you feel the sun beating down? Nah, not really. It's just information. We want to create an experience.
But now, look at this. What a difference. We go from just a hot day to the hottest day in decades. Whoa. Now you can feel it, right? Suddenly, this isn't just any old Tuesday. This is a significant, memorable, maybe even miserable day. That one little tweak completely changes the feeling of the scene.
And you can do this with everything. She wasn't just a girl, she was the most beautiful girl. That tells you so much about how the storyteller sees her. She doesn't just look down, she looks down shyly. Boom, instant personality. You didn't just talk, you talked happily all morning. That tells us the whole vibe of the conversation. See, every one of these descriptive words adds a new layer of color and meaning.
So our scene is set. It's looking vivid and colorful. But now we need people in it, right? We need our characters to feel like they're actually alive. And honestly, there's no better way to do that than to let them speak. Direct speech, dialogue, is the tool that turns your characters from wooden puppets into real breathing people.
Now the mechanics of this are pretty simple, really.
You've got your quotation marks to show the exact words someone is saying, and then you use what are called reporting verbs, words like said, whispered, shouted, to tell the reader who's talking and how they're talking. It's basically like writing little stage directions for your characters.
And here it is in action. It's so much more powerful, isn't it? We don't just get the information that her name is Jenny, we get to hear her say it. And that little word, softly at the end, that tells us everything about how she's feeling in that moment. It makes the whole scene feel so much more personal and real.
All right, we've got one last tool to add to our toolkit today. Think about it. Your story is a journey, a series of events. Well, discourse markers are the signposts along the road. They're the little words you use to make sure your reader never gets lost and always knows exactly where they are in the story.
Look how easy this makes it to follow along. First, this happened. Then, this happened. After that, this happened. It's like a recipe. These simple little words, first, then, after that, they create a logical flow. They make everything crystal clear for your reader so they don't have to work to figure out the timeline. They can just kick back and enjoy the ride.
And just like that, you've got your starter toolkit. It's all right here. You've got tense to control time, you've got vivid words to paint a picture, you have speech to make your characters real, and you have sequence to guide the reader. 4 simple but incredibly powerful tools to turn any memory into a masterpiece.
So now the ball is in your court. Think about a memory that's been rattling around in your head. A moment, a person, a feeling you've wanted to capture. You've got the tools now. You know how to use them. So the only real question left is, which memory are you going to bring to life first?